Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor, Ron Burgundy. Champ Kine Sports. Rick Tamlin Weather. And your reporter in the field, Brian Fantana.
It's Channel 4 News at 6 o'clock.
This is Ron Burgundy for the 6 o'clock news. We have a special report outside of the Plant Diego Zoo with a pine tree where photosynthesis is taking place as we speak. Here's Brian Fantana with this pine tree.
Thank you, Ron. I'm outside the Plant Diego Zoo. Mr. Tree, would you tell me a little bit about what's going on here?
I'm just trying to produce food for my family.
Thank you, Mr. Tree. Back to you, Ron.
That's fascinating, Brian. Now we're going to delve into the process the pine tree is using. Photosynthesis. On a Rick Tamlin with the weather.
Son!
Thanks, Rick. I'm going to go ahead now and explain a little bit more about chlorophyll. So when the light hits these chlorophyll molecules, you have quite a bit of a complex process going on. Part of the light is absorbed, particularly the violet wavelength, which works very well with chlorophyll, and some of this light is reflected in the form of a green wavelength, which is going to be attributed to green color of plants, typically. This light doesn't just get absorbed, however. It is also a factor that excites these chlorophyll molecules, which move to a heated state and then can progress onto the reaction. We're going to cut now to a little bit more with photosynthesis with Champ Kine for sports.
In photosynthesis, the chloroplast puts the team on its back. It goes like this. You got water, you got sunlight, and you got carbon dioxide. You put them together and whammy! Oxygen and glucose. There are two stages to photosynthesis. Let me break it down for you. The first stage are light reactions in the thylakoid membrane that split water, releasing O2, producing ATP, and forming NADPH. Back to you, Ron.
Now let's shoot it back over to you, Brian, to interview an expert.
So, Dr. Corningstone, we know that the light reactions in photosynthesis release O2, produce ATP, and form NADPH. But you tell me that there are another set of reactions.
Yes, the Calvin cycle is a very complicated process that takes place in the stroma. It forms sugar from carbon dioxide by using ATP as energy and NADPH as a reducing agent. These are sometimes referred to as dark reactions because they take place independent of light.
That's fascinating, sir. Now, we'd like to thank the venerable Dr. Corningstone for taking the time to talk with us today. And now I'm here with Champ Kine. Champ, that was an illuminating discussion, wasn't it?
I really do think so.
Now, you said that you have something to add to this discussion.
Yeah, but my expertise is in light reactions, which occur in two organelles, mitochondria and chloroplast. In these organelles, the electron transport system pumps protons across the membrane from areas of low concentration to areas of high H+ concentration. After this, the protons diffuse back across the membrane through ATP synthase, and whammy! They drive the synthesis of ATP.
It's very interesting, Champ. Back to you, Ron.
Excellent. And now back to Brick and Champ with the weather.
Rain.
Thanks, Brick, for that update on the weather. Now to talk about the C4 situation. C4, carbon fixation, and the Calvin cycle occur in different types of cells, while CAM plants occur in the same cells, but at different times. The C4 starts in the mesophyll cell, which has a byproduct of carbon dioxide in addition to ATP. This carbon dioxide goes to a bundle sheath cell via plasmodesmata, where it starts the Calvin cycle. The byproduct of the Calvin cycle is sugar, which is transported to vascular tissue. Another advantage that we need to discuss is C4 plants and CAM plants. C4 plants have adapted for their photosynthesis to take place a little bit differently, and that it is better in hot climates and functioning where rubisco cannot provide the function that it normally does. And in this instance, these C4 plants have adapted with keeping their stomata only partially closed. Another example of an adaptation would be CAM plants, in which in another hot, arid climate, the plant itself keeps its stomata closed during the day and open at night, which is the reverse of how other plants do it, effectively keeping more water stored, as you can see by this diagram over here, what the typical plant looks like. You can relate that to the C4 and CAM plant adaptations. Thanks, and here's a great new rap video that's just hip-hop happening. If you're having light problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, energy ain't one. I got photons on the sun patrol. Plants, I want to make sure stomata's closed. Biologists say that I make glucose. I'm a plant cell, homie, I already know. If you listen for a minute, I'll tell you how it goes. How we use sunlight to make glucose. It starts with photons and CO2. Add a little H2O and we push it through. Starts light dependent. PS1 and 2 in the thylakoid, making that pH and ATP2. Don't get confused, PS2 comes first, providing energy for our cellular thirst. The chlorophyll absorbs light, moves to excited state. Water splitting us into ions at a really fast rate. Oxygen H+ and electrons from the split. We're dependent on light and we'll never quit. Once again, we're out here using the sun. I got 99 problems, energy ain't one. Hit me! 99 problems, energy ain't one. If you're having light problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, energy ain't one.
Next, we move on to the dark situations, representing that light-independent nation. Chemical reactions that occur in the stroma. Take notes, young homies, if you want your diplomas. There are 3 phases in this reaction. Get ready to form glucose from this transaction. Shout out to my man Calvin and his cycle. Can we hear you break it down, Master Michael?
Now I know that I may not have a degree, but the Calvin cycle is something familiar to me. It starts with carbon dioxide, numbering 3, helped by an enzyme ribisco-RBP. To phosphoglycerate complete the transformation, we call this phase 1, carbon fixation. Second phase reduction to make G3P. And then comes regeneration, phase 3. From CO2 we get G3P. We start it again, and the cycle repeats. To sum it up, the Calvin cycle is easy and fun. We got 99 problems, energy ain't one. Hit me!
99 problems, energy ain't one. If you're having light problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, energy ain't one.
G3P becomes the starting material. We wrap so clean, they call us antibacterial. The G3P goes to different pathways, starting metabolic processes without delay. Glucose and carbs are synthesized, so energy is formed. No surprise. Photosynthesis, let's look back, started in all those thylakoid stacks. Water, light, and CO2 went on to form something new. With or without that sunlight, glucose is formed. Even at night. Chloroplast, all in good fun. We got 99 problems, energy ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, energy ain't one. If you're having light problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, energy ain't one.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, very hip. Very nice. Wow. Well, that was quite a rousing video. That's it for this week. And stay classy, Plant Diego.